screen. Make sure we. All right, guys, we're gonna just get started and jump right into it. And you don't want to hear quick because it's actually starting to become a sunny day. Let me make this duplicate. All right, so we're just going to follow our real normal structure. We're going to review the metrics. We actually have really good news on the metrics, so that's exciting. I'm going to give a quick informal update on our vaccine drive second dose plans. And then our good friend, Katie Plum from the Kirk County Health Department, Deputy Director, is going to give us an update on the kind of health department news. And then we'll just get a quick recap from our nurses to see if we have to do any changes. So with that, let's jump into the metrics. So really good news on the metrics. We are kind of trending in a good direction. I'll start actually with this one. So as you can see, our county case count. So these are they take how many cases were in the county for the last 2 weeks, add them together. So from January 17th to January 30th, we had a huge drop in the county. So from 130 down to 78. So that was super encouraging. We always like to see these numbers go down. So that was, and that has a few conditions with it. So that means if we're looking at the ODE metrics, that puts us back into this transition zone. Even though we are just, the metrics are just advisory, it is nice to be back in the orange. And we even made it to the yellow for our test positivity rates. So really encouraging signs. I'm guessing Katie can probably explain some more when it's her turn.
Joe, looks like you got somebody trying to get in.
Chat. Joel, the volume is loud and then soft. All right. So, should I hold that microphone still just in case?
Yeah.
Just check her back up. All right. Michelle, hopefully this fixes that audio issue. So, blue line, our county case count is down to 78, which is great. We're also seeing a decrease in our student quarantine numbers, down from to 99 from 104. So and I'm guessing, I'm looking at the nurses, that might be some carryover from the week before. So that number we anticipate will continue to drop as we get updated data for next week. We've got a slight increase in the number of positive students district-wide from 7 to 9. Still a pretty low number, so that's something we're excited about. And then our staff quarantine is still staying pretty low. We went from 4 to 5, so those numbers still very low. So we're really excited. It's always nice to come here with some positive metric data. So with that, let me jump into a vaccine drive update. So we'll send out a lot of details to staff tomorrow. But we wanted to give just some general overview that we have tentatively planned February 26th, which is a Friday, to be the vaccine drive dose number 2 day. So we'll send out kind of like the logistical emails. In working with the health department and Mosaic Medical, they believe we can cut our time in half. So that's a Friday. We're working out the kind of logistics and the details about that will be it right now is an in-person day. We're working to finalize changing that to a comprehensive distance learning day. So that way staff, bus drivers, classified, everyone is available to get the vaccine dose 2. So again, don't worry about, don't send a ton of questions. We'll send out some more details tomorrow in the next couple of days as everything gets finalized. So February 26th.
I think I figured it out. I just had to put the antenna on that.
All right, I'm gonna stop sharing this. Michelle Zippel, is that any better? Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes, Joel, it's excellent. Thank you. Much better.
All right, so with that, we're moving quickly to the most exciting part of the day, and that is Katie Plum, Deputy Director, giving us a quick health department update.
I'm not feeling overly peppy, but you're bringing it.
You gotta bring
I better bring it.
Our loyal viewers deserve our best.
Whew. So we are on a downturn with cases, which is really good to see. We're assuming that is largely because we're not seeing the holiday gathering related cases. So our last weekly count was right around 30, which is very much manageable. So we're actually moving our staff we've been operating in surge capacity for a long time now, since prior to Thanksgiving, which means we weren't able to do a full case investigation response. We were kind of doing just kind of as we weren't doing due diligence or as much as we could, as much as we would like to. So we're moving out of that surge response now that our cases are a little bit lower. So we're able to follow up in more detail with our cases and provide more supports to cases and their families, which is great news too. So hopefully we can get ahead of things a little bit more and keep cases low. So that's the goal with coming out of surge capacity. And so I think that's the messaging that we're giving, is that to stay on top of it. I saw some really interesting modeling out of OHSU recently around how people see cases rise, so their guard is up, and then they see cases drop, so our guard drops along with it, right? And so a lot of messaging, stay diligent, stay with the mask wearing, stay watching for symptoms. So if kids are evenly mildly symptomatic, keep them home from sleepovers, keep them home from school, keep them home from sporting events, so that we are continuing to keep cases low. We are seeing, I think it showed in the chart that we are seeing a little bit of an uptick in our cases under the age of 18. And it shows on this chart, it shows like that looks like not much, but it is standing out to us at the health department as being significantly higher than when we started this in the fall, when we were watching student cases. So it's just something we're keeping our eye on and are mindful of, because it really does affect, even having one kid sick affects large family systems, right? So it's just something that we've noticed. So we're trying to keep the messaging consistent that we've had all along. We know it's a marathon. We've been saying it's a marathon for a long time now. We're in it, we hear it too. But we're doing really well. It is very, very encouraging to see case counts lower and to see vaccines continuing to roll out. So we have our second school pod or point of distribution scheduled, and we're continuing to do that. Next week starts distribution. We're doing what's called a closed pod for specific populations at the fairgrounds every Tuesday. So we reach out to specific populations every Tuesday to get folks in based on the amount of vaccine that we have each week here in Clark County, as well as what will come into the region through St. Charles and other providers. And we're starting to see more providers get signed up to distribute vaccine as well. So pharmacies, primary care providers. So hopefully we'll start seeing that roll out soon as well.
Questions for Katie Plum?
So Katie, I have some people who were with a lot of different kids, and so they came in and they got their shot early. And a couple of them have asked, can they come in and get their second shot early? And then how do they do that? Because they've been having a hard time kind of getting on that schedule.
Mona, that's a good question.
Yes, excellent question. So if folks have already received their first dose and they are due for their second or their booster, they will start getting contacted by the health department, and then they will be given a link to sign up online. Usually it will typically be on a Tuesday. Ooh, are they doing boosts? I think they're doing boosters in the mornings. So yes, they will get contacted and told how to sign up once they're due and ready for it. Yep. Okay.
Katie Plum, you're
Awesome.
off the hook. Great work.
I'll stick around too.
All right, and next what we normally do is we just head right over school nurses, if you don't know, along with our health department, they just knock it out of the park. They are the reason our schools are able to be open. It's their hard work, they're working late hours. So we are so grateful. And they also help kind of keep a pulse on the hot areas of the schools on kind of what we need to be focused on. So I'm going to turn it over to our 2 school nurses. I'm even going to say you guys are going to have to stand up here because it's more fun to be on camera. Or if you just have nothing, if there's no new.
Well, as metrics are good, things are kind of,
Going down.
yeah,
It is
yeah.
very nice. We're very grateful, as Katie said.
Yes.
The calls are less.
We kind of did a comeback around with Joel and Dr. Johnson and the health department this week, just that we are sticking strong for what they're calling, like Katie, I think it was you calling it the gold standard, or Joanne, of the 14 days for quarantine. And so not really looking at, we're getting more pushback from parents or even staff, whoever it might be, that are out ill or been exposed and that they test, can I come back early? And for now, we're really sticking strong with the 14 days. So just kind of getting that message out there that the quarantine for now, for our school district, OHA, the health department really supports the 14 days. What else?
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Out there, it's
Yeah.
in order to keep our staff and students as safest as
Yeah.
we can.
Yep.
To stick with that 14 days.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Megan, Wendy,
That's
as
it.
always, thank you so much. Any final questions out there? The Certified Teachers Association has encouraged the district to continue to remind our teaching staff to attend these if they have concerns. So if you have friends that are interested in this stuff, you guys are always more than welcome to, the more the merrier. With that, it is 4:15. So not our fastest ever, but pretty darn close. So we did good. So thank you guys, everyone. And you know where to find us. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle.